Hold on. Oh, I fixed it.
Awesome.
I fixed it. If you're still there and you were bearing with us, good thing that you couldn't hear us before because I may have been I may have been cursing the heavens. Not really. Okay. Well, now I figured out how to troubleshoot that through OBS.
Cool. Good. Well, back to where we were at.
Hold on. Oh, I fixed it. All right.
Awesome.
I fixed it. I fixed it. If you're still there and you were bearing, that's
Okay.
hilarious.
Got it. So sorry about that. Technical difficulties, and we'll just pick that up right where we left off. So little correction in the markets. We're gonna do a little wrap up today.
That's hilarious. All right.
We're gonna talk about a couple NFTs. We got some DeFi projects we want to look at, and you just did a video over Bridge X and
yep,
Chain X, right?
I just did a
Bridge Mutual.
That's right. I just did a video. Hey, thank you for your patience. We figured it out, the OBS, but yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So I just did a video on Chain X and Bridge Mutual. Now, Chain X has been around for a long time. It's not new. It's one of the first protocols built on Polkadot, one of the first projects launched on Polkadot. So this is, well, here we go. Chain X, the earliest launched project in Polkadot ecosystem. So, but yeah, this is something to look at because why? Why look at Chain X? Well, if you're familiar with DeFi and you know what's big about DeFi, let's go look at DeFi Pulse. And let's see at DeFi Pulse how Synthetics and RenBTC have been doing. Because if you're familiar, oh, there we go. If you're familiar with Synthetics and RenBTC and those platforms, they've had an extremely good year. In fact, let's scroll down. I'm sure in the market caps. Are we taking a correction? Yes. My feeling is that we'll probably correct a little bit, a lot more. There's a lot of sentiment and variables, pardon me, to point towards maybe a mild and quick correction because there is a lot of flight to crypto and digital assets amidst the money printing going on in the world. And now I am looking for Synthetics and RenBTC. They are definitely in the top 100. Both of them. So if you're not familiar already, Ren protocol wraps Bitcoin and puts it, and it helps bring Bitcoin to the Ethereum DeFi protocol. And Synthetics does the same thing. It wraps assets and brings them into the DeFi Ethereum blockchain smart contract network. So what is Chain X set out to do? What is it doing? Chain X has been building a trustless, decentralized, unlike Ren, which is slightly centralized. Here we go, Ren, bada bing, bada boom. And if you look at Ren, it may be correcting now, but Ren's had a phenomenal year, and Synthetics as well. And what ChainX is doing is it's taking Bitcoin, the ecosystem, and it's taking Bitcoin and it's holding it and reserving it in trust and creating a DeFi layer to bridge that to Polkadot. All the DeFi projects that are being built on Polkadot and how Polkadot's being interoperable with Ethereum and other chains. Chain X is actually designed to build an actual Bitcoin layer this is superior to Lightning network. So
that's a huge step.
Yeah. Oh, cool. We got some company. All right. Well, don't forget to smash the like button and hit the alert so that you know what we're talking about. Now that we figured out this audio problem, we'll troubleshoot that next time beforehand, but we'll keep you up to date on the news and the happenings that's going on in the crypto market. So yeah, look, there's hundreds of cryptos out there, and in a bull market, like a mentor of ours, Bill, once said,
Bill, yeah.
Don't confuse a bull market for brains. And right now, any portfolio is going to look good right now. But when it all gets washed away and we see the bears come in and things clean out, you want to be sitting on a foundation of solid protocols that will weather. Sure, they'll dip a little bit, but they'll weather the storms and they'll come back like a rocket. Right. So exactly. When you look at Chain X and you look at they have a lack of marketing, but you look at the value and the tokenomics, the how so many of the tokens get burnt over time, and it's just I've got a video. You'll have to check out the video and hit a like on that too. But ChainX, just think about taking wrapped Bitcoin and bringing that to Polkadot, because that's what ChainX is doing. Yep. And they're doing it a Bitcoin derivative platform, and it's so secure, and it's decentralized. So this is huge. Now, the other big news, this is all the spoilers, then I'll move on, because you got to check out the video to get the details. But Bridge Mutual, okay, if you're familiar with Nexus Mutual, Bridge Mutual is a new iteration, different. You could say better, but they're different. Nexus is slightly centralized. You have to have AML, KYC to join, and barriers to entry there. But with Bridge Mutual, there are no barriers to entry, and it's decentralized, and it's an insurance protocol that is teamed up with ChainX. They just posted this yesterday, and this is from the actual Bridge Mutual team. So, nice. Look, do your own research, but this is what they're saying. Hey, we're going to partner with ChainX to help be an insurance. Now, this is huge. Think about this. Bitcoin, for the Bitcoin maxis out there saying that Bitcoin's the only real money. Well, guess what? Now, we've got a DeFi entrance to bring Bitcoin
to the
DeFi market, right. And it's through a decentralized protocol that's governed only by the chain PCX holders. So, bada bing, bada boom.
It's a further step in the decentralization of the space.
Do your own research as always, because hey, you know what? This is news that they put out, and that's great. Sounds great. I look forward to see what happens. But did you hear about refinance and REEF plummeting because of news that they came out and said? REEF announced that they had this huge investment, and bullish. People are like, yeah, that sounds great. They're making partnerships and collaborations. And then what happens? Well, it turns out that not only, they just didn't, allegedly, they did not stand up to their end of the bargain. And the deal apparently was bigger than what they announced, and that they didn't follow through with it. So they left the other team unhappy. And here's the tweet. Alameda is not affiliated. Alameda does not endorse REEF. We agreed to an OTC trade with REEF. They immediately went to the press to brag. Then they reneged on the trade. We obviously do not recommend anyone to do business.
Wow.
However, in the world of crypto, this is different than other traditional markets where you can say things and do things. While they tweeted that and said that, nonetheless, Alameda Research still purchased $20 million. So although the bad press and the price went down, they still decided it's still worth buying.
Right.
And and they may work with them in the future.
That's curious.
So just know that, news comes up all the time. And this is, check this out. We got all this latest crypto news updates.
There's a degree to where the news can be weaponized.
News can be weaponized, absolutely. In fact, I didn't type this up, but there's been talk of India banning Bitcoin or banning cryptocurrency again.
Yes.
And you remember back in 2017 how many times we heard about China banning crypto or banning Bitcoin.
Followed by steep sell-offs.
And where are we today?
China's one of the biggest players.
One of the largest mining operations.
Yes.
So, okay. India is set to ban Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and other crypto money with move that targets miners and traders. So here we go. Here's the latest and greatest. And how accurate this is
remains to be
seen. Absolutely.
Yeah. But it just shows you that there is this is a continuing part of that narrative of people using big headlines, big moves in prices, and then the institutional players in the background soaking it up. That we're not sure that's what's happening here, but it would definitely fit that narrative.
I don't know if this is saying no or yes. How tricky is this?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So here's India set to ban Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and other crypto money with move that targets miners. And, this news comes out all the time. The government is now planning
to propose.
So all this news is about them planning to propose a new law, which will not only ban digital money, but will also fine anyone trading in the country or even holding such digital assets. Well, one thing I will say about this is this obviously is like telegraphing a punch.
Right.
When you see this news, get ready for this news to come roost in your own local jurisdiction pretty soon. With this news, you often see repeated. These narratives will get recycled and repeated, and then washed and thrown away.
Yes.
Because
you would imagine if they really had an intent of shutting down this industry and this market and criminalizing it, that the best thing to do would be to pass the law and then announce it as soon as it's law. Don't telegraph it. Don't give everybody a heads up to then go into decentralized exchanges or get their VPNs ready or put everything into cold storage wallets, or they're giving everybody a big lead on what's to come so they can prepare for it.
And here's something else.
Doesn't really make sense.
And here's something else. Knowledge is power, and most of the time you're being manipulated. Not you. People are being manipulated with these headlines because they're not telling you the whole truth. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and other crypto money with Move, that's not actually necessarily true. Crypto money that they're targeting is actually, if you read the fine print, they talk about private crypto chains, private crypto assets. But Bitcoin is a public blockchain, and many other cryptos are nonprofit public chains. So it's going to be interesting to see
what is
included
what's
as
not.
a private crypto asset, and what's deemed to be a public service and a public good, because many cryptos right now are being created as public services and public goods.
I'm speaking off the cuff here, but I do believe that the Indian economy is not doing the best at the moment.
They also said there will not, interesting enough, the finance minister clarified that there will not be a complete ban on cryptocurrency. So she said that a cabinet note was being readied in this regard, which will give exhaustive information on the formulation of cryptocurrency in India. The government is not shutting down all windows or blockchain and fintech as yet. I love that.
Right.
Now, let's think about this. What's the issue? Now, let's say this is true. Let's say that as of yet, let's say that one human being could literally make the decision to prevent billions of people from having access to technology.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't seem, it doesn't seem ethical, but
or efficient,
or it doesn't seem possible,
or even ethical or efficient a way to
certainly not efficient, because we know that if we think that knowledge is distributed and the future is uncertain and people have subjective preferences and subjective values, and those are in flux, you wouldn't be able to have one person deciding for the total for the rest in a way that maximized their welfare.
Right.
Because of that knowledge problem. What do people want?
And to be real,
all those questions.
Let's do that. Let's just continue to be real. And to continue to be real, if you're a human being that's worked your way up to be a prime minister, like, that's a lot of hard work. Congratulations. Like, literally degrees and handshakes and internships and who knows how much, like, nights. But you're not, there's no way you can have accomplished that and also be a pioneer in blockchain technology and cryptocurrency and understand all
there are limits to what you can do with your time.
There's limits.
24 hours in a day.
That's absolutely right.
Right.
At this point, you defer to what you don't know as of yet.
Yes, for sure. So why don't we hash? We had a good discussion earlier about the different cases we have. For Bitcoin and the crypto market in general. There's the bullish case that that the market continues a trend, that bullish trend all the way through summer. But then there's also the bearish case that we are maybe near or at the peak, and that the next few months could see a sideways or down a correction, a retracement. And there's a case we made on both sides. Do you want to kind of touch on some of those issues? Because I think that was interesting.
Let's go for it.
Well, the first one, let's talk about the bullish case, because everybody loves that. The bullish case is
I'm going to pull out the market background while you talk about this, so people can. What do you think? Is it going to be red or green?
Yeah, put your comments in.
Like in the casino, is it going to be red or black? Do y'all feel that Bitcoin is going to be going up pretty much from here, or do you feel it's correcting down? What's the momentum? And we're going to talk about from an economic perspective. We're going to talk about both sides.
Yeah, and there is a case we made on both sides.
Absolutely. So, all right.
So on the bullish side, everybody knows the stimulus is, people are getting their checks now, just starting to, and that the bulk of them are supposed to be rolled out in the next week or so, and so that tends to be bullish for crypto. People tend to take their often a lot of people take their money and buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, so that's bullish.
Retail money coming out, and not only is retail money coming out with a bunch of stimulus checks, but that's on the tail end of all this publicity and news of Elon Musk and other pop figures,
the institutions,
in Hollywood,
yeah,
out there, in institutions, and Michael Saylor and Grayscale, and you're just seeing a lot of bullish news about.
And what are the YouTube people saying? The YouTube crypto
And many of the YouTube crypto personalities and journalists and researchers and educators are feeling that this bull market is going to be moving on, is just now kicking off, and it has some movement until September,
September,
October,
right?
So,
and that's the kind of the majority sentiment,
very much,
right? Yeah, and we know how markets tend to
not always go with the majority sentiment.
Yes, that there is money in being a contrarian sometimes. So
absolutely.
That's the bullish side, but it also bleeds into the bearish side, is that you can kind of be a contrarian. Now, more for bearish, we know that institutions and whales and the inside, the people who have bags, they front run obvious movements. So when if you see, for example, if you know the Federal Reserve is about to have a new QE program come out, then you'll go, and you have a lot of that wealth tied up in the markets. You go long on stocks, because you tend to think that money's gonna flow into the stock market, right? So you buy it first. You front run the movement you anticipate seeing. You get ahead of it. And you try to sell it as once time catches up to you and the rest of the market moves, then you sell and you've made that profit. That's front running. Well, we kind of think that there's a good argument that the institutions and a lot of retail investors kind of bid up Bitcoin in the last week or two on the stimulus expectation, right? So it's almost like that's been priced in to a degree. Now, maybe we don't know how much it's been priced in. Maybe it kind of turns on how people react when they get their check. Is it going to have to go to pay bills, pay down credit card, cover the rent? Is that going to be the dominant story, or is there going to be a good fraction of people who have that covered, and they're able to use this money in a more discretionary way to invest or take a position? So depending on how that shakes out, you could see the argument going either way, whether or not Bitcoin could go higher, or is the stimulus already priced in? So that's one issue. Moving on, everybody knows that we've had a huge run.
Right? Yeah, it's been a huge run. So
you take that.
I mean, if you're getting into crypto now, you're still in the beginning, and a lot of projects are just getting started. So it's definitely the beginning of the development of this technology. But if you're looking at how long some of these projects have been around, and where the market's at in its price and its run up, a lot of these projects have returned 1,000%, 5,000, 10,000% year to date. If we were to start from a year ago, and you were to have jumped in a year ago from today, your portfolio would be up 1,000%. There's so many projects that are up thousands of percent.
Right.
So the reality is that it's been a great ride, and the question is how much more can one expect it to go? My trepidation is from 2017. Once you start seeing everyone expecting it to be bullish and all this bullish news, and you've seen such a great run, it's like, I'm bullish long term tech, but how long can I expect this to be growing, and how high should it grow? That being said,
but you can't put that in a vacuum. You can't, because what's going on in the overall market is also important,
and it's different. Exactly. So what he's saying is, back in 2017, we did not have how mature blockchain has come with DeFi and with I think point of sale payment processors hooking up to crypto being shipped out. In fact, one of the projects that has just shot up just out of nowhere and just made it up in the top 100 is Pundi X. Pundix. Google it, write it down, look it up, and ask yourself, what does Pundi X do? Okay, well, I'm going to answer you, but still do all that other stuff. Pundi X is they're shipping out hardware for point of sale transactions for crypto, and you can have tokens that obviously will lower the transaction costs and have a bunch of tokenomics. Here we go. Boom. Number 86. And PundiX, 75% growth in the last 7 days. I mean, that's just last week. If you go back further than that,
That's significant.
it's
what's the market cap? 831 million.
Yep.
So it's still got a little, it's still young.
Very close to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Very close to $1 billion. Still young, and here we go. You can see that it's just been on a parabolic tear. It's been around, and it's come a long way. So I will say this, and this gives me hope about other crypto projects of the past that have been around that depended upon hardware to help them do their project. Maybe crypto has evolved so much to where these hardware protocols, whether it be for point of sale or VPNs or other things, maybe they're actually come to a point where they're functioning and they're working. Now, I always like to take a look at the
BTC.
This is an economics,
price,
so we like to look at the BTC. Okay,
and
now
it's flat.
And the BTC it's got
a little bit,
a little bit of a bump, right?
Bit, but not with the dollar.
Just know this: if you're buying into PundiX, be glad that you're buying into it here and not over here. Because if you bought over to it here, this was a huge. And it's interesting to look at, because if you've got a huge diversified portfolio, recognize that when the bears come in, rarely do you get your Bitcoin back.
Right.
It's almost like you should have taken it when you had it, because the valuation of Bitcoin plummets and it can take a long time to recover. So, but that's a good one to look at.
Going back to the point about that this is different from 2017. One big difference, aside from the fact there's been a lot of development in the crypto space and a lot of innovation, there's also been there's been a big bubble in the stock market. Let's be honest, right? I mean, you can just look at Apple or Tesla or the Nasdaq, or the fact that we're near all-time highs after a year of the economy being shut down.
A year of the economy being shut down.
And what was that driven by?
And
the biggest credit and money injection the world's ever seen.
So it was the largest shutdown, economic shutdown in the world, because we're talking about a worldwide coordinated shutdown,
right?
Economic shutdown. That's huge.
And that's on the heels of a supply chain disruption, massive tariff trade war between the U.S. and everybody else, almost, except for maybe a few small numbers of countries. But so that was even a year prior to. So we're just piling economic dislocation and disintegration upon disintegration,
right?
And then we're printing money, and then we're seeing all-time highs, right?
And this is why Michael Saylor calls Bitcoin an apex predator,
right?
And says it's going to be around for thousands of years. He calls it
circle this all back around to make this make sense. Normally, you would say, "Wow, Bitcoin has had a real huge run. The crypto space has had a huge run. Maybe time to take profit, and maybe this will be a bear market we enter into for another year or two." That'd be a normal, pretty defendable thesis. But when you think of it in the context of all the things that are happening in the broader economy, where else do you want your money? I mean, you're going to put your money in the stock market when interest rates are starting to rise?
And that's my point.
Are you going to keep it in a CD where you get nothing on no rate of return whatsoever? You're going to leave it in cash where it just loses value year over year? So now we're coming back to what a concept in economics that we loved or enjoyed, which was called the flight to real goods. And this is it's a term that refers to what happens in an economy when hyperinflation takes over. And we're not there yet, and we potentially might not ever be there.
Or we potentially are experiencing, it's being shrouded, but
right.
The effects of hyperinflation or high inflation.
My point is that you don't need hyperinflation for the flight to real goods to make sense.
True.
You just need steady expectations that inflation will continue. Maybe it will even increase, beyond. And then you need to have a little bit of a stagnation thesis in your mind. Maybe the economy's not expanding, right? So you get those two things together, and all of a sudden it makes sense. Well, anything other than the dollar, right? And so the idea there is that I don't know if that the crypto market is really going to be in for a swing to the bear side. As much as it makes sense, and as much as it would follow, it just doesn't seem like. Now, I don't think there will be corrections.
Sure.
There will be retracements. There'll be corrections. There'll be big corrections. But will there be a 2-year downturn like we went through in 2017? That, with all the institutional money that's come in, with all the with all the development and innovation, that seems a little hard it's hard to see.
Right.
Not that it's not possible.
No, but I agree. But so the correction would be shorter, shorter, and maybe harsher.
It could be harsher, yeah.
It could be shorter and brutal.
Brutal, yeah. For the weak hands.
Right, right. Because look, $20,000 down to $3,500. Don't think for a second that Bitcoin can't go back down to 20 grand.
Right. Oh, for sure.
Or 25. I know.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That may sound wild. You know, people say, "Oh, the resistance is 45
the question
or 30."
is, how long would it stay? Probably not long.
and the alts as well. But it'll be interesting to see. Like I agree that we're in a different. The economy is different. The world is in a different place. More people are aware of blockchain and crypto. So yeah, it'll be. There are cases for the bulls and cases for the bears.
It kind of reminds me of the old argument about the Fed and the dollar. Remember was, well, they're printing so many dollars, right? And this was around the housing bubble time when that was going on. And the argument was, wow, well, all this dollar creation is going to devalue the dollar. You know, the inflation's heading our way. You know, right? And then it didn't happen that way. And then there's other people who are saying, well, this is going to be, you know, the end of the dollar as a reserve currency is coming, right? Because all the debt and they were projecting this out. And then ultimately, one of the conclusions was as well, yeah, but the dollar's still a whole lot sounder and has better fundamentals than a lot of these other countries and their currencies. Like look at the euro, look at the Chinese yuan, look wherever you want. The old quip was it's the cleanest shirt or something in the dirty laundry or whatever. I can't remember how it was said, right. But basically, yeah, it's got flaws, but compared to all these other things, it's still a lot better. Well, I kind of feel like that's my general thesis on the crypto market as a whole. It's like, yeah, it's had a great run. There might be a good argument for why profit taking should happen, but when you compare it to all the other things out there, where else would you put your money?
So the question is how much profit taking would people take and for how long? Maybe right. If you were profit taking in 2017, profit taking you needed to last for quite a while because you had no idea what you're about to expect. But right. Now, if you're taking profit, maybe you're taking profit with just like 1 year time horizon.
Maybe just 1 month.
Or
maybe you're just trying to buy the dip.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just going into stable coins just so you can buy and get a better position.
So
I think that's what corrections are going to be like now.
People working to jump in.
Yeah, they're going to be strategic about it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's my take. All right, we covered that. We want to talk a little bit about the NFT craze.
Yeah, let's get into NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
That's sexy.
And what's been the hot buzz about that? Shucks, there's so many protocols. So
let's talk about Chili's because that's a big one. And they're partnered up with.
Let's talk about the only one that I don't have pulled up.
Okay, all right, yeah.
I'll pull it up.
I know they have I don't know if it's released yet, but there's a lot of talk about a partnership with the NFL.
Really?
And marketing with them.
Tell me more.
Well, that's about the extent of what I know.
So all right. Well, if you know more, you can feel free to drop a comment. If you want us to talk about a crypto project, look into a crypto project, or if there's one that you really enjoy a lot, or question, comment, whatever, feel free to drop in the chat. And all it costs you is a thumbs up. Hit the like button, and then we'll give it a moment. But if you don't, then we'll just pass on up. Okay, so as soon as
their server might be down or something.
Maybe their server's down because they're getting so much activity. Or no, you got it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
it just popped up. Gosh.
Well, they have some really cool partners in Europe.
I'm trying to pop it open.
Teams. They have a UFC deal that's already existing. A lot of sports.
If only y'all could see the website because it's not.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So, well, I'll go to a different one, a different NFT. I will say this: it's downloading. I will say this about Chili's. From what I heard, it's very popular. Dang, it's just not loading. It's very popular over in the East or around the world. Mm-hmm. Actually, oh wait, here we go. I think we break through. Boom. So, leading fintech provider for sports entertainment. I know they've got a lot of partners with rugby and soccer, and it hasn't broken in yet. Okay, UFC as well. Mm-hmm. They haven't broken into NBA and NFL
Not yet.
I think that there's a lot of room for growth, but what they do for people who are sports fans, which I used to watch a lot of sports, and I know that there's sports plays a huge role in culture
Mm-hmm.
all over the world. So this is definitely something to look at
Yes.
and understand more of. Now, okay, let's just talk about NFTs and what they are anyway.
Yeah.
So why would this
Why
be?
jump the horse? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see if they even talk about NFTs. No, non-fungible tokens. What are they? How they can be used? Well, let's go to Engine, which is one of the cryptos that is just one of the leading NFT. It's just done phenomenal, and they've been around for a long time. Engine is one of those blockchains that they've been around since 2017 ICO craze, and we've talked about this before. Remember we talked about how during new markets you'll get a bunch of money come in, and sure, with that you get rug pulls and you get scams, but that doesn't mean that everything is a rug pull and a scam.
Right.
And so many people scream, "Oh, we need this and we need regulation and be careful," but at the end of the day, the rug pulls and the scams, they start washing themselves out. They get found out,
Mm-hmm.
and the real projects, they stick around. They take that money and they build upon that. They don't go anywhere. Engine's one of those that built relationships with, I think, Microsoft and maybe so many other big companies that work with video games and gaming and virtual reality and technology. But NFTs, not so. If you've ever played video games, you know that like Zelda, you pick up a sword, you pick up, the magical flute, you pick up a piece of clothing, you pick up an item, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, imagine if it, like on a blockchain, if you knew that only so many items existed. Unlike a video game where there was just put it in and you just know that
There's a finite number.
There's infinite lives. You can
Right.
do the hack or the bug. But imagine no hook, no bug, no hack, non-fungible items in the video game that, whether it's like World of Warcraft or all those games out there that just have
Maybe
huge
the
ecosystems.
player skin,
It
or
can
a
make
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know that one, or whether it's that or a piece of artwork,
Right.
you know that item that's been digitized
Mm-hmm.
is one of a kind.
Right.
And cannot be counterfeited.
Right.
And so what you have here, which makes it a great use case in gaming, is now you have a whole ecosystem where there are people, billions of dollars. I mean, gaming has more is a greater revenue and industry market share than Hollywood
Right.
or movies and entertainment. So when you talk about bringing these digital assets into a world of game where people now, I think people were already selling characters in games in the past where you could build up value characters. So this is taking that to a whole new level.
This is monetizing it, I guess, right? And I'm excited about it helps onboard a whole slew of people who might not already be in. They probably
That's
are.
huge.
But it's an onboarding.
No, you're right.
It's an honor.
How many people play video games that have never heard about cryptocurrency? Now all of a sudden you're playing a video game and you're making real money. Like you're earning assets that you can turn around and sell in exchange for Ethereum, for Bitcoin, for stable coins. This is creating a world where everything's connected. Isn't that beautiful? The child playing a video game that does some really cool stuff that earns something of value doesn't have. It's monetized. The parents don't have to find a GameStop or find someone who will pay for it. It's like literally we have a reality where wherever there's value that people find, an ecosystem, you can easily exchange in and out of that value with other people for other things of value. So Engine is just, I mean, they started out with building crypto wallets that will hold multiple currencies and just...
Hey, along the same lines, we could talk a little bit about Dego. DEGO finance.
We'll pop that one up. Oh yeah, you're right. We gotta pop that one up.
It's a cross-chain NFT DeFi protocol. I'll wait for you to pop it up, but it allows people the ability to mint and mine and auction and trade their own NFTs. Dego Finance. It's 1E.
Oop.
1E. That's not it. That's
Dego. That's Dego.
Dego.
God.
Dego. All
right. Dego.
There you go. First.
There we go. We'll get there, and then we are there.
It's had a real good run these last few weeks, but as the NFT craze heats up, this should do pretty good.
Oh, I remember you. Oh, this looks huge. I like the old school. I love this
Yeah.
old school style.
Yeah, I really like their website.
Oh yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's
Oh
pretty
my
sweet.
gosh.
You can find the white paper under documents, I believe.
This is hilarious.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Oh man. So which one? Which is it? The documents that we're going
Yeah,
to?
check out the documents section.
Always good to read the white paper. Always good to read the documents. Do as much research as you can. This is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, vices bringing to you. We're really just researching, sharing our perspectives and opinions because blockchain is a new technology, right? Like nobody knows about this stuff. Everyone's just learning about
We're
this.
taking a swing, but
But really, like
it's a wild
there's no
west.
class of human beings that has this figured out.
Right.
This is a brand new tech. So, we're all kind of stumbling our way and learning and taking our backgrounds and our experiences to get a better understanding of this and then find out how we can use it to bring value to the world. But, beyond that, we look forward to the interaction and you can share with us projects and let us know what you think about things that we've covered.
We should take a look at Matic. It's going to become Polygon, I believe, is what I was reading. And yeah.
Matic is now Polygon.
Right.
It's a layer 2 solution for Ethereum, and it's made some huge well, with all the ETH gas prices and roll-ups needing to be integrate Matic payments with your dApps. So, and on top of that, okay. So let me get this straight. Matic is rolling up a bunch of transactions and they're doing it off chain and they're also taking their tokens and the value that they have and access to, and they're offering people cards that they can use to make payments on their crypto assets.
That's pretty sweet.
And all of it's being done off chain, I'm sure,
right,
on their own private off chain, so it won't be clogging up the network. I'm sure that's how it's going to work, surely, considering that's what they're doing. So that's huge. I didn't know about that aspect. So, okay, Matic, Polygon. I should, you know what? That's not even fair. Y'all are missing out. I'm looking at the Digo Finance website.
And I'm looking at
and Ryan's scrolling through Matic, Polygon.
Yeah.
But no, what you found out something about the, where's that, where we're going to look at? You were showing
how
earlier.
you can mint and mine and auction. It's right here. Your own NFTs.
So, yeah, so Digo.
I'm half Italian, so I'm sensitive to that.
I was thinking of like the dog, Dago Argentina.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, you can mint NFTs, and it's a DeFi protocol for NFTs, which reminds me of there was another NFT DeFi, but this looks. It was non-fungible Yearn NFY.
Okay.
Is another, but this looks like that's made by I don't want to go. Andreas or I forgot.
Antonopoulos?
No. His name is, I forgot how to say it. But the gentleman who made Yearn Yearn Finance.
Yearn Finance.
The one who made Yearn Finance.
Right.
So he made non-fungible Yearn, and that's a ticker. But so I don't know. My point is this. He's famous for making things and not testing it, and says, I like to make things and put them out there and just let it run with it. So knowing that's his style, and a bunch of projects have gone out and had, forks or copies or issues or something, maybe Digo Finance might be a more stable, secure alternative. So I'll have to look at that. Thank you for sharing. I didn't even realize this. But what were you just looking at? You were just looking at which one?
Digo had a 11,000% gain this year.
So if you would have gotten in Digo a year ago, you would have made an 11,000% gain.
That's just incredible.
11,000%. If you put $1,000, multiply that times 11,000%.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that math in my head, but
so
it's significant.
Okay, so Marcus bought Matic at $1. He's loving that, and DeFi Daddy has held Matic since last year. Damn, wish you didn't sell half earlier this year. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Good thing you only sold half earlier this year, and good for you. Good for you. Diamond hands, paper hands. I got a new one. Steam engine hands. Right. I say that if you hold crypto for a year to two, That's like taking coal and heating up your home and cooking your meals, right?
Right.
If you hold it for 3 to 5 years, that's diamond hands.
Right.
You're holding through these markets. That's diamond hands.
Right.
If you hold it for 5 to 10 years, that's steam engine hands. That's you're looking at people with diamonds. You're like, no. Check this out. I'm gonna build a steam engine. I'm gonna put the coal in here,
And make diamonds.
and I'm gonna.
I don't know.
No, it's not a steam engine. I meant the
shipping
coal powered engines.
Oh, coal power engine. Yeah.
The train, the steam. I call it a steam engine for the trains. They
Oh,
use
yeah.
coal
Sure.
to power locomotion that
Right.
revolutionized commerce and supply chain. I would say take coal and use it to power locomotion, and you revolutionize the whole economy so much
Right.
more than jewelry, or
yeah,
heating up your home.
or trinkets. Yeah.
Right. So I say the first layer is taking coal and heating up your home. Second layer is diamond hands, and the third layer is saying, heck with jewelry and diamonds. We can
Right.
use this for a whole new technology
Right.
that we're even thinking.
Then the fifth layer is you could become so smart that you make diamonds out of peanut butter
Dang.
because you're able to use the steam.
Dang. Diamonds out of peanut
you know
butter.
about that? You can make fake diamonds out of all kinds of things.
I've always liked peanut butter.
Under the right pressure conditions.
I've always liked peanut butter.
This is an aside, so we'll go back to what we're
but
talking about.
now I know that inside I'm filled with diamonds from all the peanut butter I've eaten my entire life, and I feel better about that. I'm glowing.
Right.
All right, so we also got Decentraland, Wax.
Yeah.
Okay, Wax is another NFT, and
I've been looking at Wax.
they've got partnerships. Garbage Pail Kids. There was Atari, I think. It's hard for me to see where their partnerships. I didn't have that one prepared. Decentraland is another huge.
That's a big one.
Virtual world for gaming and for NFTs in the gaming world. So, I'm excited to see where these things, how they develop. I like what you said. This is going to take people who already like to play video games and allow you, if you're going to be taking your time to play video games and have fun anyway, now at least you can be doing something that you can turn around and earn. You can actually generate something from it. So
because it used to be you would sit and play video games and kill hours and have nothing to show for it.
Yes, J Par, I realized that as I was talking. That's right. They burned the coal to make the steam.
Yep.
Oh man, we've got the best crew. I love it. Old school.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
you know what? By the way, you guys have been around for a while. We're making some changes to our website, and we got some cool announcements to make. But pretty soon, we're going to be doing some giveaways and some prizes and some give backs to the community. So we definitely look forward to coming up with some projects and doing that. And I see that we got our dirty dozen that are watching now, smashing the like button and doing all that good stuff. We got 12 people watching. I know we got 12 likes coming or something like that. But the reality is that you guys make it fun, and y'all know that if you're here hanging out with us or watch this later, cryptocurrency is a small niche. Not many people know about this technology. Like your family, your friends, in your country, in your homeland, wherever you are, there's a good chance that you're one of a small group of people, and you've met new friends and new connections around the world based upon your interest in blockchain. So for us to be able to take the time and take the years that we've spent studying markets, and then the years that we've spent involved in crypto, and to continue to learn from others and grow with others, and then to share that and to hang out and to talk smack about crypto and economics, this is fun. So
blessing, yes.
We love it. Feel free to always make a comment, send us a message if you want us to look at anything in particular or talk about next time, and we'll be happy to give it a look. But
let's talk about VeChain for a second.
Okay, what do you want to talk about, VeChain?
Well,
I didn't have anything prepared, but I'll go to it.
I've just been looking at some of the more stable, established in this space, and I feel like there's a lot to say about VeChain.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you this about VeChain. One of the top YouTubers on crypto, his name is Crypto R Us. His name is George, and he's got a great channel.
Like George.
And he does a lot of great research, and he puts a lot of time and energy into crypto. So does BitBoy. God, that guy he's a beast.
We could talk about something else about George, but go ahead. Yeah.
So George does a lot of great research into the markets, and he is very bullish on VeChain. He's been following it very closely, and I would say that he inspired me to jump in and dip my toes a little bit and see what's happening. Although I haven't completely dipped my toes in it, and I need to explore the VeChain Thor wallet. And they got a desktop now. We'll see how that all works. And if you guys, if you have VeChain and you've actually been working around and know what they are doing at the moment, it'd be nice to know.
Well, they have
Proof of authority.
a digital carbon ecosystem platform where they're trying to work to set up incentives to reduce carbon use, pollution. That sounds really cool.
So like staking, they're moving away from the labor intensive proof of work.
Well, remember, yeah, that's right.
Authority master operators with the aligned interest in the development of VeChain ecosystem maintain the VeChain Thor protocol according to the foundation's governance policy. Proof of authority addresses enterprises common concerns of inefficient upgrade and waste of energy. Okay, so proof of authority addresses. We'll need to learn more about that. But I know they're working with supply chain management. I know that's one of the
carbon reducing is a big one.
Carbon reducing, VTHOR, payment transactions, smart contract execution, financial activities, business activities. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else that's popping out? Oh, 70% of the VTHOR paid in each transaction is destroyed, and the rest is awarded to the authorities. So the burning. So it's good to see deflationary tokenomics. Anytime you see deflationary tokenomics, it's bullish pressure on the token. So, that brings me to another point. Okay, let's take a look at this. So if you're into crypto and you're into projects and DeFi and looking at different stuff, here's something to look at. What do you think is one of the fastest asset classes in cryptocurrency? Gas. Gases, that's right, gas. And some of those that have returned the most, look at T-Fuel for Theta, VTHOR for VeChain, and there are some others I can't think of off the top of my head. It's escaping me, but the reality is that gas is a scarce resource, and for a lot of smart contract chains, and having some of this gas, these ahead of time before these projects roll out their major developments and their value-added propositions, that will be I feel a major play, unless it's already gone. But it's been a major play for anyone who was in on that one early. Congratulations. Right. Yeah, right. I buy the tops. That's my strategy. I buy the tops.
Buy high, sell low.
By the time I find out about something, I'm like, oh, look, it's all excitement. Look at all that euphoria. Oh, man, I'm just finding about that now. I'm thinking, well, I'm surely not the last to find out about it.
No.
And I'm not, but I'm one of the last.
You're near the last. Yeah, right. You're holding the door for the last.
My strategy is to hold on to something long enough so that when I buy the top, it didn't matter.
Yes.
Funny side note to when Ryan and I got into crypto. When we got into crypto in 2017, we had known about it for a while, and because of things in our life, we just were too busy to focus on it. But we got in 2017. By the time we looked at it with fresh eyes, we just went, we knew, and bought a top. 2017 in the summertime, I bought Bitcoin at 2,500. Yeah, which was a top.
I bought it around 4,000.
Which was a top.
That was
the top then. It was even, it was growing pretty quick.
Around there, yeah.
But we saw it growing then.
Right.
And we were like, this is it. We know what we're talking about.
Because we had seen it hit 1,000.
Yep.
And we saw the Mt. Gox thing, and it came back down and went to 200 and stayed there for like a while. And then it started to rally, and we were like, well, we better get in on this. And then we did.
And we did.
at the wrong time.
Well, no. Well, we got it at the right time.
At that moment, it was the wrong
time. By the time we got our friends and family into it, it was the wrong time.
Right.
It was like, you guys don't understand. Look, it's 15K. It's 60. I don't know what to tell you, but this is a good. You see this thing's going.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, all right, I don't know about this, but all right, let me 18,000. Okay, fine, I'll get in.
Yeah. And then
boom. And then 2 years later, I've been in hiding. Now finally I can be on YouTube talking
about it.
It's nice. It's nice. So
it's good when the cycle turns.
Yep. Finally able to come out. No, not really. Everyone was cool. We're all cool. Everyone was fine. But okay. So DeFi Daddy, if you're still there, brother, I've been to Darwin, Australia for a very quick, brief training exercise time, but I look forward to going back down under, and I would love to go to Perth and other places. I would just love to see so much of Australia. But yeah, wow, what a beautiful place. And Palm Desert, California. That didn't sound beautiful, but I know it is. Palm Desert is beautiful. I've been to 29 Palms, which is not beautiful. That's called 29 Palms, not Palm Desert. Two different places. And JPAR said, look into FlareNet's DeFi ecosystem. So JPAR, if JPAR says it,
shall be done.
Flare DeFi is the one. And we still, what do we got? Oh, you got 5 more minutes of us. If we don't get questions, we don't get encores, we'll wrap it up here pretty soon, but we got time for this. Today we are saying goodbye to Costin 1 testnet. So this is 2 days ago. This is relatively, for over a year, their testnet's over, and they're rolling on to their next network. So that's huge. That's good. It's good to see activity. I love it when I see new iterations and versions and progress. Absolutely, when they're developing on it. So what is Flare Wallet DeFi? What are they doing? Another one I found out about is knit.finance. They don't have any tokens yet, but they're supposed to be bringing DeFi to through Elrond and different blockchains. Okay. Secure cryptocurrency wallet and DeFi platform. Whoa. Okay. So it's a wallet too.
Is it like MetaMask and Uniswap, like built into one?
Okay. Secure multi-coin storage, mobile wallet swap. So this reminds me of Exodus wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Exodus wallet's been around time, but we are serious about privacy.
Oh.
Tor. Okay.
Built in with
Tor built
Onion
in. Okay. Atomic swaps via the Ghost protocol. Strongest privacy for an integrated coin. Wow.
Very cool. Purchasing crypto in wallet.
Okay. Well, this looks cool, JPAR.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude. Cool find. Very cool find.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Changely, yeah. Yeah, that seems to be that's going to be a download.
It looks very similar to Exodus wallet. Exodus has done a lot of cool things. They've integrated a lot of tokens, and they're doing a lot of the same stuff. I don't know. They don't have the Tor privacy. It'd be interesting to see. I'll do more research on this because I would love to know how much they really take privacy seriously. Exodus just went public, which is great for many things for them. However, I would love to see projects that stay completely
private,
decentralized. Right. Yeah. But we'll see. So this is cool. This is a good find. I'm going to take a look at this Flare wallet.
Yep.
Thank you.
Is there a token attached to it?
He says.
Will be more decentralized.
It's just going into beta. So it's still new. Okay. Cool. What happened to Spark? Are you talking about? Wait, hold on. DeFi Daddy, are you talking about like old school 2017? Do you remember Spark? Spark Crypto Spark. Do you remember Crypto Spark?
That does sound familiar.
The guy Crypto Spark. He had like 2-3 minute like quick bits on cryptocurrency. They were great. I mean, he was very free market oriented and just the technology. And he disappeared. Crypto Spark's gone.
Maybe he just made a mint and took off.
Oh, Spark is the token used on FlareNet. Okay, I went on a rabbit hole tangent. Never mind. Okay, pardon me. But just so you know, I'm not making this stuff up. Hold on a second. This is old school. Just so you know, when we got back in, some people have been in way longer than us.
Oh yeah.
But when I came in, has he been removed? Oh, there he is. Oh, you got to find an interview with him from somebody else. That's old Crypto Spark.
His channel's down.
And he had one of the best channels.
Yeah. He
was great. I wonder if he exists out there. If any of you know about Crypto Spark, please drop in the message. Let us know where to find him. Because, his research...
We could make an NFT with a milk carton with his face on it.
Yes, we need to make an NFT with a milk carton with his face, dude. That's what we're doing. Don't do that. We're doing that. Don't take our idea.
Yeah, right.
Or at least put a Wise Beyond Bitcoin logo down there, Do something. Throw us some love. Put us in the royalty address if you're gonna do it. Don't
right.
Come on. God bless. Oh, okay. Spark is the token used on FlareNet. The wallet looks cool. Yeah, the Exodus wallet's cool. It does similar stuff. So yeah, we'll check it out, man. That's very cool. What else? And look, Coin Bureau, he covered it a couple months ago. So I dig him. He's another one of the great channels out there. Coin Bureau. His name is Guy. He's one of the leading channels. So if you're watching this channel, you've probably seen his.
Right. Yeah, because we're off in the weeds.
But we'll make sure if you follow, make sure you go follow Coin Bureau. Let him know that we sent you.
Yeah, right.
Let him know that we sent you, all 10 of you. Make sure you super chat him and say we sent you.
Yeah, right.
And BitBoy too while you're at it. BitBoy, We found out about you through Wise Beyond Bitcoin. Just thought I'd let you know. God, the guy's been like slaying it for years. Dan, he does more videos. There's like hours in the day. He'll be like, "I'm sick with the flu. I couldn't go to church, but I still got a quick live stream, and then I'm pumping out for you guys."
Yeah.
You know, I mean, got hats off to the people really that have been teaching us and that are putting out there. You know, people like to say a shill or a this or that when you come into crypto space, but what is it? How else you talk about projects that you're going to be involved in? Some you may not. Some you may be in, and then you may not. Some you may not, and then you may be in. But regardless, we're all learning this together and sharing that knowledge. So for the people that made carved away and made channels to deliver content and information and instructionals, our hats off to them. In fact, our website is going to be a hub that links out to many of the top crypto educators, not just on YouTube, but so we look forward to sharing that with you. We're hopefully you're going to be
in the works.
Yeah, be an education resource, not an all-purpose. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
No,
we're just trying to say, hey, you know what? If you'd like to learn more about this, why don't you climb on that branch? Why don't you go jump on that parachain?
It'll be a jumping off.
Why don't you go roll up off the chain over there?
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, shilling's not always negative. Exactly. And I like when I hear a lot of these guys, I like the people that you speak their ethos and their philosophy, and that they're out there looking after the people that their community and that they're working with. So, you know, cryptocurrency is definitely a unique culture. It's a unique community, and I feel that although there are a lot of, you know, like we've seen with MetaMask and the internet, there's scams and people out there to rip you off.
Right.
But when it comes to the real heart and the foundation of the community, it's founded on people who see a beautiful technology, a beautiful opportunity that can help not just themselves, but a lot of people in the world.
Right.
And it comes through, you know, when people talk about their projects. So
yes, that's for sure. It's a passion project just as much as it is an investment.
We've got we're over time.
Yeah.
I don't see any questions. I see that some likes are going to get smashed because there's 10 people watching and 9 likes. Oh, you know what?
That's probably one of them. You got to like it.
Wait, I did like it. I liked my own. Come on, you guys.
Well, I liked it. See.
Oh, you did too. So come on, throw us a like and no, okay, we're begging for likes. We'll pay you. No, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. We don't really care. Actually, we had fun. So we'll be with here next Monday, and we'll have some more information. Oh, snap. We hit it. Thank you, guys. That was awesome. We got the best crew. Well, I don't want to say the best, but, you know, we're biased.
Our crew,
we got a beautiful crew. And we know that you guys take your time to hang out with us. We really appreciate it. And you bring a lot of value to us. Thank you, JPAR, DeFi Daddy.
Yep.
And we look forward to hanging out with you guys next week. We will be having a video or two as we revamp our channel, our site, to continue bringing some DeFi crypto education. And our site will be up soon. But, you know, with all good things, you know,
come in time. Right?
Come in time. Be patient. So until the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste. You got anything?
That covers it.
That about covers it.
Thanks.
Let's try to smoothly exit as smoothly as we got in.
All right. Yeah. Oh, man. Cool.
Well, dude, we get better every time, dude.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.